Hi there. Welcome to The Accidental Reader. I'm Buggy.
And I'm Erin.
And we are here today. It is my birthday, and we are doing our first video to introduce you to The Accidental Reader. So today, as I mentioned, is my birthday, and I have been reading romance novels for almost exactly a year.
And before that, what were you reading?
Nothing. Nothing. I'd pretty much stopped reading. And on vacation in Maui last year, I picked up, there was a romance novel at Costco.
Lucky for you.
Yes. I thought it said something about Jane Austen, so I decided to buy it.
Yes, you're Jane Austen.
Because I read a lot of Jane Austen, but I've never read a romance novel.
Read a lot.
But a long time ago.
Yeah,
a long time ago. And so I got this book. Little did I know, I had never read a romance novel, and
wait.
it was eye-opening.
Historical.
It was a historical romance. It was a historical.
Do you want to tell a little bit
reference.
What historical romance is?
Well, most of the books that I read are all Regency romance, which is getting to my topic for today.
Okay, are you going to explain
what
Regency
yes,
is?
Regency romance is the period between like 1805 and 1820, probably 1818. I should probably look that up.
Is that most of your books are from then, or do you like
It's
that?
like the most. I think I read somewhere that it is the most written period of all fiction. For some reason,
fiction, not just romance novels.
It's like, well, maybe it was romance novels, but like it's crazy how much content is out there all in that era. Like,
okay,
think of like all the Jane Austen, all of the Julia Quinns, like all of it. There's just so much.
So
yeah, there's a ton of
at
content.
Costco was
Book at
Regency romance.
It was a new term for me. I learned the term Regency romance because it said, if you liked Jane Austen and you like Bridgerton, read this book. It was a Minerva Spencer book.
Had you watched Bridgerton yet?
I had not watched Bridgerton, but you got me the book, and I left the book at home. Yes, I left the book at home, and I had forgot to bring it. So you brought it to me 2 weeks later, but I had nothing to read. So I picked up this book because it referenced Jane Austen and Bridgerton, two things that I knew I was gonna. That one I liked, one that I was going to watch.
Okay, so, Minerva Spencer.
Minerva Spencer.
You don't have the book though.
I don't have the book with me because I left it at the condo in Hawaii.
We'll find it.
But the book that I first read, it was called Notorious, and it was the first book of a trilogy. So it went Notorious, Outrageous, and Infamous. They were the Rebels of the Ton series.
Ton?
The Ton. That's what you call like London. Like London society is called the Ton.
Okay.
T-O-N. Like
no one
town.
knows that.
Yeah.
The people who read these books.
But it's called, that's the series,
is
Rebels of the Ton.
That.
Rebels of the Ton. So that's society, London society, like so all the aristocracy in Regency era.
Very
like that's the Ton.
High.
Yeah, Dukes, Marquess, Earls.
Kind of like the Bridgerton, so people have seen Bridgerton.
Yes, yeah. So that whole society, that's called the Ton. I think they even see it in the show. So
I did not pick that up.
Okay, well they do. Anyway, so it's been a year that I've been reading books. I think in my first year.
How many books have you read?
I read, I think I read 113 books. And that includes rereading for my 100th book. I decided to reread all of the Jane Austen books. So that incredes rereading all the Jane Austens
your previous to that, how many books did you read?
Well, your previous, I think 0. There was that one year where I read all the China Rich.
I know, because I told you.
China Rich,
which are very good books.
Yeah, those are also very good. That was probably the last book I read. I read those series like China. Now I can't remember. I should remember.
Crazy Rich Asians,
China Rich Girlfriend,
and I forget the last one. Okay, we'll get
very good books, but anyway. Okay, so my whole point is I've never read them before. I've now read 100, and I think I'm on 125 or something because I'm a little bit over a year. But yesterday for my birthday, one of my great friends got me a Georgette Heyer book. And she is like the queen of Regency romance, and I've never read one. So
you haven't?
No, I've never read one. So what I realized, why I'm reaching out and why we're doing this video is I need more content. Like, what am I supposed to read? So pretty much I've read I've read all the Julia Quinns and then everyone that Julia Quinn recommended. So I've read Eloisa James and Lisa Kleypas.
You're saying them too fast.
Okay, I've read, because I'm excited. So in the last year, I've read starting with Minerva Spencer, but really inspired by Julia Quinn. I've now read most of the authors that like Julia Quinn has recommended or done like collaborations with. So Eloisa James, Lisa Kleypas, and Lisa and Julia Quinn are both Seattleites, so that's always like a fun fact.
We're
And
headquartered
obviously,
in
we're
Seattle.
headquartered in Seattle, so we like to support our Seattleites. Joanne Bourne.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one.
She's a little bit earlier than Regency. She's
So
more
what
about
would
during
that
the
period
war.
be called?
I think that's called. Is it Georgian before or
So-
Victorian?
So you
Victorian's
said
Georgian's after, Victorian's before.
so you said that's Regency is 1805 to 1820. So kind
Yeah.
of like at the very end of
It's the end of the.
Poldark.
Yes. Oh yes.
Which,
In-
sorry,
Poldark's
jumping
also another
to,
good
but
one.
we love Poldark.
We
If
love
you haven't
Poldark.
watched that, watch that.
Yeah, definitely watch.
Totally unrelated.
You
But they're
can,
books.
and
so.
the Stardust books. I was gonna say you can read them too, but if you're interested in Regency romances, they're gonna be a little bit dry and boring.
The show is good.
But the show's good, and Aidan Turner's super hunky to watch.
Should I go get the magnet I got you?
Anyway, so my point is even after a year of voraciously reading Regency romances,
There's more out there.
There's more out there. I haven't even read. I've known about Georgette Heyer. I just haven't read. And my friend Erica gave me.
Thank you,
It's one of
Erica.
her copies. This
wait,
is like.
wait,
Do you
wait.
see how yellowed
Oh.
it is? And it even has
We can't
like
show them.
it has like the book that she got, like the book exchange that she got it from when she was in high school. So this has been read and reread, I'm sure, a few times.
And I'm sure Erica really loved it.
And I
Really?
can't. Yes. I don't know. I think so. She gave it to me. I think she said it was her favorite. Anyway, it's called The Masqueraders. It's got this like jaunty little minx
Oh.
wearing trousers on the front, so that's kind of fun.
And then also for your birthday, we should have got the other book that you got for your birthday.
Oh yes, my son also got me a romance novel, so my 15-year-old knows me well, and he got a new author that I haven't read either. It's called She's Julia London. So we are going to be so that'll be my next thing. But so I'll say, so for my birthday, I got 2 Regency romances. Neither
And
of
a
them
piece of
have I
cake.
read. So I am imploring you, my listeners,
My watchers.
my watchers, what do I call you, my fans? So please give me more ideas. I know I mentioned a few authors that I've read. Obviously, I'm going to hit all the Georgette Heyers, and she's got a ton of content. Julia London has a bit of content, but please,
Does it have to be the Regency era?
I would prefer Regency, but if you have other ideas of why I should branch away from Regency, tell me. Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.